Hey, welcome back to Dirty Technician. We are here underneath my 2023 GMC Sierra 3500 L5P Duramax, and we're going to do a diff service on this bad boy today. Alright, so we got 13 millimeter bolts all the way around. You got to take out these two 13 millimeter nuts, which once you get those off, we can pull this bracket up and kind of get it out of our way. We're going to pull these two studs out. We're going to leave this top bolt in, and I'm going to leave this bottom one in for now. We're going to remove all of them except for those two, and then I'm going to loosen this top one just slightly, and I'm going to take this bottom one out all the way. I'm then going to pry behind the cover to kind of get the brake loose from the gasket, and then the fluid is going to drain into our pan. Alright, so we got almost all the bolts out except for the two that I mentioned. We're going to zip this bottom one. Oh, look at that. Didn't even have to pry it. So, zip that out. Drain the fluid, which it looks really good actually for a 100,000 mile truck. And then I'm going to remove that top bolt out now and get the cover off. Alright. Got this last bolt loose. We're going to hopefully pull her down, not make a huge mess. All right, we got her out. See how she looks. Doesn't look too bad. 100,000 miles. All right, so here's the diff. What I'm doing is just brake cleaning out a good chunk of the fluid, and I'm not gonna get too crazy with it because I don't want to blow all the fluid out of the bearings and everything. I'm just looking to get the bulk of it out. I'm gonna wipe the bottom out with a rag. As you can see, there's a bunch down there. Now I'm gonna clean the cover and go from there. Alright, right here we got our cover. We got the magnet right here. We're going to clean all the metal off the magnet. And then I'm just going to brake clean it real good. Wipe it down with a rag. And then I'm going to reuse this gasket. It's not recommended that you reuse them, but they are reusable. I'm going to wipe it down real good. I'm going to make sure there's no issues with it. And I'll more than likely just use it again. Alright, so I got the cover and gasket cleaned off pretty well. This gasket looks like it's in really good shape, so I'm for sure just going to reuse it. I just wiped it down. I brake cleaned it, wiped down the edges, both sides. I brake cleaned the whole inside. I cleaned off the magnet the best I could, and wiped it down good on the inside. Make sure you keep all the debris out of it. I am now going to put this back up onto the diff, and we're going to torque her down to spec and fill her up with fluid. Alright, got the cover back up, got all the bolts started. We're going to tighten them down and torque them to spec. Alright, so we're going to torque these down to 30 foot-pounds in a random crisscross order. So, I'm not really too concerned with it. So we're just going to go about tightening them down. And don't forget this bracket up here that we tucked up earlier at the beginning. Oh, she's gonna fight me one-handed. I'm gonna get her pulled down and slide her right back over the studs. Now we're gonna use our 3/8 ratchet. We're going to take the fill plug out, and then we're going to get our fluid, and we're going to fill her back up till fluid comes out of the hole. So on my diff service, I'm going to be using some Mobile Delvac 7590 gear lube, full synthetic. It's going to take roughly around 4.5 quarts for the rear diff. So let's start filling her back up. All right, so I got mine filled up all the way. I cut the top off of this. I put this hose in the top, just like so. And then I stuck the quart all the way up here above it so I could squeeze each quart into it without spilling. I don't have the truck jacked up right now, so that makes it a lot harder. And I filled it till fluid just started coming out the hole. So now that fluid's coming out, I'm gonna reinstall the fill plug and clean it all off, and we're all set. All right guys, that's rear diff service on a 2023 3500 L5P Duramax. We pulled the cover off, cleaned the gasket, cleaned the cover, kind of cleaned out some of the bulk of the fluid out of the housing, and then we put it all back together, filled her up with around 4.5 quarts of fluid for it to start dripping out of the fill hole. And yeah, we cleaned up all of everything. Real easy job to do, not too bad. Next service is gonna be front diff. Stay dirty.